Picking up right where we left off, Fuutarou wakes up in a hospital bed? How did season 1 end? Oh right, he hit his head so hard that the color of his eyes changed, and also literally everything else. As usual, the Quints use their money and influence to get Fuutarou the best room in the hospital, even going so far as to kick out a comatose grandma. The girls pop in for a quick game of hide and seek, but Nino's tsundere stench ruins an otherwise OP hiding spot. So instead they catch Fuutarou up on everything that's happened between while he was blacked out. Itsuki and Nino got their tsundere shots, Miku practiced cooking, and despite an entire season building up Ichika's passion for VTube, she gives up on her dream in order to spend more time with Fuutarou. Who needs a career when you can have this? After a quick examination, Fuutarou says in front of a mystery character that is obviously their dad. Fed up, the doctors discharge him months early before they can even turn his vision back to normal. But having a new art style means Fuutarou must start from square one. And to make things even worse, oh, I was wondering why they called it the sensational sextuplets. Sounds a little bit awesome. While waiting for Fuutarou to come study, Nino and Miku argue about what anime to watch, but luckily Yotsuba was there to roast them for their trash taste. Oh, thank God, he was just brewing Nino a treat. Tensions are at an all-time high, as they each draft a thesis on why their waifu is laifu. Naturally, Nino can't think of a convincing argument, so she throws a tantrum. Itsuki steps in to defend Miku and Nino and Itsuki have an intense argument about trying to make their late mother proud that culminates in Nino deciding to move out. Luckily, Fuutarou was there to provide a dramatic score. For some reason, Itsuki also moves out, so they form a search party. Using the power of everyone in this world being a fucking blind idiot who can't tell them apart, they quickly track down Nino. Still fuming from waifu strifu, holy sh**! It's Kintaro's bracelet! Finally coming to terms with her true feelings, she runs after Fuutarou and drugs him again. Coming to in a park with one arm and no kidneys, he faintly smells McDonald's? Oh hey, it's Itsuki. He brings her home with him out of pure lust for studying, but much to his chagrin, he ends up in bed with a quint. But Raiha has no chill, so Futatsuki go for a romantic walk under the stars, and it is revealed that only a few years earlier, the Nakanos were living in extreme poverty. Money sure does change people. That wasn't a compliment. The next day, Yotsuba joins the track team, completely undoing another Quint's character development. Speaking of character development, Fuutarou finally learned how to open doors, but is about to discover that doesn't give him the right to go wherever he wants. Whoa, Fuutarou, it's really not that big a deal. Some doors you can enter and others you can't. It's nothing perfect. And he went for it. Reinvigorated from his brush with death, he gets right back on the horse and heads back inside the hotel. Nino sees Fuutarou pathetically clinging onto his dreams and takes pity on him by letting him shower in a towel while she sits 4 feet behind him? Japan has some strange customs. The water triggers Futarou's PTSD and sends him deep into a flashback to that time he almost drowned nearly 5 minutes earlier. Apparently he had met the girl from the photo, who claims her name is Reina, but I'm not buying it. Wait, Aaron. Oh no. That actually explains a lot. Nino opens up about being stuck in the past when it seemed like all the Quints shared one mind. Though I would argue they still do, just in a different way. She refuses to cut her hair as it's the one thing that hasn't changed. Now I'm not a betting man, but if anime has taught me anything, it's that a girl's arc is never complete until she cuts her hair short, just like Fuutarou did. The next day, he goes to talk some sense into Yotsuba, but here's the track captain talking shit about his one true love. Huh? After that pathetic display, they resort to a good old-fashioned Quintessential. But first they need a distraction, and what better way than to recreate Yotsuba's favorite anime scene? With Yotsuba occupied. But since when do shadows turn your hair pink? Wait, what? Was she just isekai'd? She clearly does not belong in this world. But before Itsuki suffers the same fate as Fuutarou, Yotsuba swoops in and... Wait, but if she's here, and she's here, and she's here, and she's here, that means... No, Yotsuba. It's just another completed tsundere arc. Actually, while I have you all here, I think we need to talk. Now, I know during season 1, I made a big deal about this whole hashtag Team Miku thing, but people change, and I'm not just talking about Futarou's eye color and literally everything else. I've fallen for the age-old trap. No, not long-haired Futi, but the tsundere trap. But that's all I'll say. The rest of the girls don't stand a chance. Moving on. Hashtag Nino best girl. Not another word on the subject. Finally, the big day has arrived. The first set of exams are upon us, and obviously with all the drama going on, nobody's done much studying. So Fuutarou proposes they use the tried and true method that has guaranteed the success of high school students everywhere. Cheating. But the devil chose today to grow conscience, so they refuse, and all fail miserably. As promised in season 1,
flashback.
I will find you, and I will kill you.
End of flashback.
Since the girls failed, Fuutarou is taken by Liam Neeson, and is only to be released if the girls pass a mock exam. Deciding that Fuutarou is more important than silly ethics, the girls go to cheat, but Fuutarou accidentally mixed up the answers with excerpts from his diary. By the time they finished, Fuutarou escaped and is now living undercover. Due to his failure to teach the girls and the trauma inflicted upon him by Neeson-chan, Fuutarou is too scared to return to their apartment as their tutor. Annoyed, Yotsuba gets back at him by tossing cafeteria gift cards into the river. Completely consumed by the idea of adding beef to his beef combo no beef, he dives in after them and freezes to death. But wait, the girls dove in to save him and also freeze to death. Given one more chance at life, the girls decide to rent an apartment of their own so that Fuutarou can always feel welcome. And finally, the new year is upon us. A time for reflection, osechi, group massages, and festivals. Wait, group massages? Am I on the wrong website again? No, this is the show. Well, I guess this is it. Futarou's life has officially peaked. It's all downhill from here. Yeah, that's probably for the best. This is no place for children. Wait, did Itsuki just offer to share her food? Something's up. Good luck. That's like asking him to start paying full price for his rice. You need to be a little bit more realistic with your New Year's resolutions. What? A quint eats some Big Mac sauce off your face and now all your values are tossed aside? I never should have doubted you. In order to pay off their debt to the Fukuza, the girls decide to get jobs. Nino applies at the same cafe Fuutarou works at, and Miku the one across the street, while Ichika takes up acting. Or maybe this is a documentary. Fuutarou awkwardly compliments her on her hard work, literally killing Ichika with cringe. Seeing his chance, Fuutarou attempts to break the Guinness World Record for furthest hover hand.
That's quite big.
While out shopping for a new sister, neat Subaru spots Itsuki having a secret meeting with The doctor was their dad all along? Yeah, rightfully so.
Flashback. End of flashback.
Standing up for Fuutarou, they are given one final chance. Later, Ichika 2.0 tricks Miku and Nino into working together to make Fuutarou chocolates for Valentine's Day. Uh-oh. My new waifu and ex-waifu together in the same room? This can't end well. Oh, that's right. They're not real, and I'm sitting here alone, living vicariously through cartoons. Awesome, life well spent. With mere days left until the exam and the stakes at an all-time high, they hunker down and spend the entire day at the amusement park. Yotsuba, being the only sensible one, did I really just say that? Sneaks off to study in the Ferris wheel, but gets busted by Detective Uesugi. I wonder. Yes, we do. She reveals that the whole reason the Nakanos came to his school in the first place wasn't because they failed out. It was because only she did. and the rest of the quints also chose to repeat the grade so that they could all stay together. After seeing Yotsuba's notebook, he realizes he has no chance tutoring them alone, and asks each quint to assist him at whichever subject they know best.
Later.
Finally coming to terms with reality, Miku knows her only chance to win Fuutarou's heart is to get top scores on the exam. And that's what you get for revealing your plan to your rival. All is fair in waifu war. But Ichika's not the only one who did well. All the girls passed. They sit down for some celebratory cake, but Fuutarou, being the only one who can count above 4, realizes they're missing someone. Nino is currently meeting with Nissen-chan about their future. She feels living in the 4.5 tatami room and working hard will be good for their personal growth. Just wait till she learns that means no more limo rides, rooftop parties, and dead grandmas. Out of nowhere, Fuutarou flies in on a motorcycle and whisks Nino away at a brisk 15 kilometers an hour. Snooping on his exam results, she discovers that spending so much time tutoring the girls has caused Futarou's grades to suffer, only getting 99%. Breathing in the exhaust, Nino slips from reality and mistakes the vibrations of the bike for emotions. It only took 19 episodes and a bit of CO2, but we finally got our first confession. Multiply that by 5, and by the 100th episode, Yotsuba should be ready to open up. The girls celebrate by watching Itsuki eat 5 slices of cake, and then Nino heads off to the kitchen to wash their dishes. You know, like you do when you're done eating at a restaurant. Oh, I guess it was pretty loud on that bike. Can you guys just like put the streamers back in the thing? No? Okay. Now. It's a good thing Ichika or Miku didn't hear that. They'd be heartbroken. Nino? Wait, no. That's Nino. Ichika? Oh, you poor thing. Vacation arc! The whole Uesugi clan is here. We've got Raiha, Dad, and... the Nakanos too? Who would have thunk it? Okay, this time I've definitely gone to the wrong website. No? Okay. While drying off, he discovers a very disturbing note left for him and goes in search of the perpetrator. Furious about the note, he slams Itsuki into the wall so hard it raises Grandpa Nax from the dead.
Fatality.
Down to his last life, Fuutarou goes to confront Itsuki, but it turns out that it wasn't her he was talking to last night. The girls are being closely monitored by their dad, so Fuutarou, with absolutely no ulterior motives, recommends they chat the old-fashioned way. And at last, it is addressed just how insane it is that Fuutarou still can't tell the girls apart. Cursed by the spirit of G-Nax, the girls are all forced to dress as Itsuki, and it is up to Fuutarou to find new ways to tell them apart. In the Quintuplets game, round 2! Nino asks Ichika to distract their dad so that she can have her first kiss with Fuutarou. Gesundheit. Wait, Ichika, if you're here, then... that river must have really frozen your heart.
Meanwhile.
Well, that was weird. Fuutarou has recruited the help of a true master in the art of telling the girls apart. With his sensei's words echoing in his head, Fuutarou asks for a quintuplet game rematch.
Mikuko.
And with that, he won the respect of Miku and 1 bonus life. And it's gone. With their vacation over, it's time to get back to business. The new school year is starting, and Fuutarou uses his new basic observation skills to win the hearts of all the girls in his class. With the success of Ichika's documentary, she is forced to don a disguise to avoid the paparazzi. Probably should have just dressed as Miku in the first place, but that's probably too much to ask from 1/5 of a brain. I spoke too soon. That's a big brain tactic, but I'm only counting it as 0.5 of a confession. Is this what they call love at first sight? With Fuutarou's harem growing by the day, juggling them all is starting to take a toll on his health. So the Quints all want to get him the best birthday present possible to cheer him up. Nino gets him a Gwyneth Paltrow candle, Itsuki Alpha Brain, Miku 2 tickets to the Coupon Museum, Ichika just got him a card, and Yotsuba a new seppuku blade. I think we have a winner. Do you smell that? Smells like a field trip arc to me. But wait, everyone knows only 5 people can be in a group on a field trip, and if my calculations are correct, they're too short. Who else could they invite? While packing for the trip, it is revealed that Itsuki was the one who tried to drown him in the pond. But who cares about that now? It's field trip time. This is gonna be awesome. Wait, fire! There's a fire! Send. As soon as they arrive, Fuutarou's group legs it to squeeze in as much fun as possible. I mean, it's not often that the 3 best friends get to bro out without the Quints getting in the way, but the girls have other plans. Splitting up to look for clues, Nino, Ichika, and Itsuki take the left path, and Yotsuba and Miku the right. Naturally, Itsuki makes them stop for a second breakfast, and while they're distracted, Ichika takes off up the mountain, but somehow out of shape Miku beats her to the top, followed closely by... screw this. From now on, they're all just Nakano. Nakano scolds Nakano for impersonating Nakano and getting in the way of Nakano's plan that she spent months working on. There we go, much less confusing. With tensions rising, Yotsuba blurts out, huh? Ichika, how could you do the exact same thing that all of them have done dozens of times throughout the show? But no, this is too far. You've crossed a line. Nino explains that no matter who Fuutarou ends up choosing, whether it's Nino, Ichika, or even Sparkles, their bond as sisters is the most important thing. Unfortunately, their bronanza was cut short as Fuutarou runs after Miku, but obviously doesn't make it far on foot and takes the bus instead. It is revealed that he's known about Miku's feelings all along. I wonder what could have given it away. Unable to find Miku, they head to the temple where they're joined by Itsuki. Hoping to jog Futarou's memory and also make the front page of Reddit, Itsuki tries to recreate the photo from their childhood. Oh, of course! How could I not see it before? It's so obvious.
Meanwhile,
Nino impersonates Miku in order to... Okay, one last check. Oh no! Ichika takes some time to reflect on her mistakes and doubles down on being a piece of shit. Not only does she impersonate Miku again, but when called out on it, she lies that it was her that Fuutarou met as a kid. Rather than fight over who gets to date Fuutarou, they choose to leave it all to chance. Whoever ends up in the same activity group with him wins his hand in marriage. No, that's not how any of this works. He's a person. You can't just draw... You know what? Do what you want. Turns out Ichika had overheard Fuutarou choosing activity E. Psychopath. Oh hey, look who it is. I'm surprised he wasn't fired after the last field trip. Aw, turns out Ichika's really grown since her backstabbing days of yesterday. Unfortunately, however, Miku is easily startled. Good thing that old lady was standing there. Oh, I guess she's a friend of Yotsuba and Itsuki's. Hang on. Sparkles isn't sparkling. I wonder if he's feeling okay. Miku hit her head so hard that she actually gained some confidence and spends the entire day flirting with Fuutarou, samurai style. To show her support, Ichika snuck in a bag of Miku's world famous burgers, and without even asking,
umai.
Overcome with emotions, Miku stands up and starts pointing to everything she loves. Finishing off with the one she loves most. Psych! She meant her sisters, who have been not so stealthily hiding inches behind them. In an attempt to conceal his raging embarrassment, Fuutarou heads out as naturally as possible, leaving the Quints behind to make up and be brought closer than ever, bonding over their shared love for this. Please let me know in the comments what anime you'd like to see me do next, and unless you're an Itsuki fan, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so that you never miss out on an episode. Thanks for watching.